Sketchy is as sketchy does, Forrest. What's up, everybody? Eric's Secondary Machine out in the shop today getting my putter on. So I got rained out. I was supposed to, I'm down to the last painting exterior of the season, down to 1 day of painting left to do out there, and I got rained out. So, but I wasn't too terribly disappointed because I got to come and play in the shop instead. So just finished up, finished up part of this end plate that's going to go here for my Quill DRO. I haven't drilled the 3 holes in this plate because I'm going to use a transfer punch at the very end to decide exactly where those holes need to be. If you look at this close, the holes are in no way at all square to the machine. There's 3 of them. So I didn't want to drill those holes and then end up with part of this not running true with the quill. So you want this to drop up and down through the reader completely parallel, running true with the quill itself. So what I'm working on now is the part that's going to actually attach to the quill itself. I like this quill in that it gives you lots of room to attach something to it. So I'm not sure how thick this is. It's probably, I don't know, maybe 3/8 or something. Actually, it's more like maybe 1/2 inch. But it's a nice thick piece of aluminum that'll go around this and then come across and attach onto this arm and hopefully give me an accurate reading. So when I counterbored these holes on the back of this morning, I wanted to set the depth on these, and so what I did was actually I used the quill and the depth stop, and then I used a gauge block with the depth that I wanted to go to. That is not a gauge block. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I put the gauge block away, which isn't like me. So anyway, I used a gauge block to be able to set the depth on the quill. It'll be really nice to have the indicator on the quill so that I can see what my depths are. So that's where I'm at. There's other stuff I need to do to this machine too. I've got a mist cooler for it that needs to be permanently put on it. I'm looking at putting a ring light around this. Actually, I was on Amazon this morning taking a look at that. Definitely, there's never enough light for my old eyes anymore. Here's something that was never right on this machine. So to set the tension in both of the belts up here, this pin, I don't know what this looked like originally, but you loosen this up and this pin basically falls out. So I need to come up with something here that works better than that. I mean, technically it works, but I want to fix that and make it a little bit nicer. So a few different things. Yesterday, I went out and looked at a mill, basically a brand new, older grizzly mill. Looked like it had 0 hours on it. Basically a small knee mill. Actually, this is a small knee mill. It's more like a mid-sized knee mill. Not as big as a Bridgeport, but definitely not a whole lot smaller either. What I was seeing is that machine weighs somewhere in the area of about 1,300 pounds, which is what my Millwright MVN weighed. But that thing looked way bigger than the MVN. I drove like an hour and a half each way to go and look at it, and I had a feeling it wasn't going to be the right tool for me. But the thing is, it looked brand new with like no hours on it and came with a boatload of tooling. And it was $3,000, and I'm like, oh geez, I'll go get that. Well, I got out there and it was a little bit big, so I ended up deciding that I did not want to do that. At some point I do have to move this shop. I'm still probably about 10 months away from that, and I don't know where the shop's going to end up at. And so a tool of that size, I just, I really like this machine too. So apart from the work envelope being a little bit on the small side, I've, building the riser for it and putting this flat on the front for an indicator holder, it was a really good idea. And I'm definitely enjoying running this tool as is. Actually, not really as is. I'm working on it. This is actually that MVN actually, the guy threw in this real deal servo, And when I sold off the MVN, I kept it because these things are expensive. So that's a really nice piece. So anyway, I'm going to get back to work, you guys. I will talk to you again soon.